you pass up a chance to save a life. In fact, you pass up a chance to save up to 8 lives by not signing up to be an organ donor. There is a great need for organs in the United States. From Donate Life America, it states that 22 people die every single day waiting for an organ and waiting to get a second chance at living. There is a great need for organs, and it grows every year in the United States. Thousands of men, women, and children are awaiting an organ, and thousands die every year waiting. According to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, there are 121,347 people on the National American Waiting List, waiting for an organ to save their life. Unfortunately, due to not enough organ donors, 8,000 kids and adults die every single year waiting for you to sign up to be an organ donor. And on the United Network of Organ Sharing, it states that every 10 minutes someone is added to this list. Now let's do some math. There are over 300 million people living in the United States, and only 8,000 die from not getting an organ in time. We have the resources as a nation to prevent most of these deaths, yet very little people are proactive about it. There is a statistic that says 90% of Americans say that they support organ donation, yet only 30% of the people actually have taken the steps to become one. Now, you may ask, why is this? Why are there so few organ donors when so many people say that they are for it? The most common reasons from the Odyssey are why people don't want an organ, why people don't want to be an organ donor, are they want an open casket funeral, or it costs money to have the transplant done, or the doctor won't save me if I'm an organ donor, or I don't want my organ to go to someone who has abused their body. Surgical procedures are done so you can still have an open casket funeral if that is your desire. The procedure isn't done to where they tear up and mutilate your body. It is in fact very well kept so that you can have the funeral of your desire. And transplants as a donor cost you nothing. Donors do not have to pay a single thing. In regards to, will the doctor save me if I'm an organ donor in the case of an emergency, it is the doctor's first right to the patient to save their life and do everything that they can. Organ lists aren't notified until you are pronounced dead, and the doctors don't even know you're an organ donor until after your death. They are not allowed to look at that beforehand. These myths about organ donating, most people believe them because of Grey's Anatomy and other medical TV shows, because of the medical procedures that are done on these shows. In reality, it is completely fictional and does not correlate with how it works in the real world. Lastly, some will say that they want their organ to go to a good person. Only 5% of people that are in need of an organ are due to substance abuse. And they are required to go through a sober process and keep themselves clean before they can even be eligible to be put on the national waiting list. This guarantees you that your organ will go to someone truly in need. Also, being a donor can be scary because you're thinking about dying, and no one wants to think about death. Unfortunately, death is a natural part of life, and there's no way around it. If you're a donor, you can make the life of your loved ones after you pass away much easier when they are grieving. Now, you may be confused on what I mean by this, so let me show you a video that will explain what I mean by this.
I got the call that no parent ever wants to get, saying you have to get to the hospital now. There's nothing that will ever lessen the devastation of losing Mackenzie, but right alongside that grief and devastation lives this pride, knowing that because of what she did, there's 4 other families who didn't have to go through what we've all been going through for 4 years. I would have just assumed when her heart stopped, mine would have followed suit. And Dan looked at me and said, but her heart is still beating. And that struck me so much, because in that moment it struck me that Mackenzie still has purpose. And she is still out there doing very good things. You have the power to give life.
Commit to Oregon High and issue.
There are many stories like Mackenzie's out there. My friend died in junior high when he was in 8th grade, and his parents decided to donate his organs. And because they decided to donate his organs, a young woman got a second chance of life. She got a new heart. She got his heart. Because they donated his heart and his organs, his heart still beats on, just like Mackenzie's heart does. And when your family is grieving over your death, but they know that some part of you still lives on in somebody else, it's a very comforting thing to know. With that being said, I would like each of you to take out a piece of paper and pen and write down this website. It is www.donatelifetexas.org/register. And take the steps to become a hero. Again, it is www.donatelifetexas.org/register. It is very easy for you to save a life and give up to 8 people a second chance of living just by signing up to be an organ donor. The registration card you will find on the website represents 8 people's lives that are now in your hands. But most these people are mothers, fathers, a sibling, a 3rd grader, and teachers. But most of all, they're human just like you. And today, 22 of them will die waiting for you to sign this card. Take action, make a difference, and save a life by signing up to be an organ donor today.